What's the craziest bet you've made in basic training? Week 6 at Paris Island, our drill instructor Sergeant Davis was breaking us down piece by piece. This psychopath made us recite the Marine Corps hymn while doing push-ups in the pouring rain. My bunkmate Jake was convinced he could outsmart the system. Kid from Boston, street smart, always had an angle. He'd been watching Davis for weeks, taking notes like he was studying for finals. I'll bet you $50 I can make Davis laugh during inspection tomorrow, Jake whispered during lights out. Everyone thought he'd lost his mind. Davis never smiled, never showed emotion, just pure military rage in human form. Making him laugh would be like making a brick wall do stand-up comedy. You're insane, I told him. Davis would probably throw you off the second floor for trying, but Jake was confident. Trust me, I've been watching him. Guy's got tells. He almost cracked yesterday when Miller face planted during drill. I saw it. The bet spread through the entire platoon. By morning, we had over $300 in the pot. Half betting Jake could do it, half betting Davis would murder him on the spot. Jake spent all morning preparing, practicing in the mirror, timing his routine, getting his story straight. Kid was treating this like a military operation. Inspection started at 2 p.m. Davis walked down the line, finding microscopic flaws in perfectly made racks, screaming about dust particles invisible to the human eye. Standard terrorizing. He reached Jake's bunk. Everything perfect. Footlocker organized like a museum display. Davis looked disappointed he couldn't find anything wrong. That's when Jake struck. Sir, permission to report a malfunction with government-issued equipment, sir? Davis raised an eyebrow. This was new. What malfunction, recruit? Jake maintained perfect attention position. Sir, this recruit's individual body armor appears to be defective, sir. Explain. Sir, it keeps shrinking overnight. This recruit suspects enemy sabotage of the supply chain, sir. Davis stared at him. Dead silence. You could hear guys holding their breath down the entire squad bay. Jake continued with absolute military bearing. Sir, this recruit recommends immediate investigation by Naval Criminal Investigative Service to determine if foreign agents have infiltrated the quartermaster depot, sir. What Jake had figured out was brilliant. His utility shirts had been shrinking because he'd been washing them in hot water against regulations, but instead of admitting the mistake, he turned it into an elaborate conspiracy theory about enemy infiltration. Davis tried to maintain his angry expression. You could see him fighting it, jaw twitching, eyes starting to crinkle. The absurdity was too much. And what evidence supports this theory, recruit? Sir, photographic documentation, sir. Jake pulled out before and after photos of his shirts, complete with measurements. Sir, shrinkage rate suggests coordinated chemical warfare attack on Marine Corps readiness, sir. That did it. Davis cracked. Started with a snort, then a chuckle. Within 10 seconds, he was laughing so hard he had to lean against the wall. Full belly laugh that echoed through the squad bay. The entire platoon stood frozen. None of us had ever seen Davis show human emotion. It was like watching a robot malfunction. Davis composed himself after 30 seconds, wiped his eyes, looked directly at Jake. Outstanding initiative, recruit, but next time, read the washing instructions. Then he continued inspection like nothing happened. But for the rest of basic training, whenever someone screwed up laundry, Davis would ask if they suspected enemy sabotage. Jake collected his winnings that night, $230 from guys who thought it was impossible. Biggest payout in recruit history. The story became legend. Guys from other platoons would visit just to meet the recruit who made Davis laugh. Drill instructors started using it as an example of creative problem solving. Jake went on to become a Marine Corps recruiter, claims he learned everything about reading people from that one bet. Says understanding your audience is the key to everything. I still think he got lucky, but watching him turn a laundry mistake into a counterintelligence operation was pure genius. Sometimes the craziest bets teach you the most about human nature. Davis retired 2 years later. At his ceremony, he told the story himself. Called it the smartest thing any recruit ever said to him. Proof that Marines can think outside the box even under pressure. That $50 bet taught our entire platoon something important. Even the scariest authority figures are still human underneath. Sometimes you just need the right approach to find their humanity.